Hello, I'm Bob von Bargen, President Emeritus of the Armed Forces Heritage Museum. I'm privileged to manage the Living History Project for the museum. I trust you have watched and found the Veteran Serialization Series interesting and educational. Ernest Kaufman was a hero and a patriot. His is an amazing story. If you missed any part of the series, it is available by using the links supplied. In upcoming weeks, the serials will highlight the 1975 Baby Lift mission out of McGuire Air Force Base during the closing days of Vietnam. We will then visit the experience of two conscientious objectors, Quakers, during the Second World War, and what they endured to prove their patriotism and to refute charges of being cowards. And for Black History Month, the dynamic story of a man who served in 3 wars and went on to greater humanitarian accomplishment upon retirement from the military. But for now, let's move into something more in the holiday spirit. It's the story about a great American, a man who never wore a military uniform in service to the nation. I'm remembering Bob Hope and his USO tours. It was Christmas, 1963. I was on reflex alert duty with an air refueling squadron of the Strategic Air Command at Goose Bay, Labrador. Upon arrival at Goose, my KC-97 tanker crew was pleased to learn that a USO tour featuring Bob Hope and his team of entertainers would be stopping at Goose Bay for their holiday show. This was one of many USO tours that Bob Hope performed during 1941 through 1991. Each year, during the holidays, he would assemble a group of entertainers and visit troops who were serving overseas. These performances were filmed, and excerpts of these shows would entertain the folks at home, initially in movie theaters or on the radio, and then later on television. Popular entertainers of the times were in his entourage. The cast usually included beautiful women, singers, dancers, and comedians who acted as foils for Hope. This year's troupe included the singer Anita Bryant and the comedian Jerry Colonna. The show was performed in a large hangar. The hangar floor was filled with seats. Airmen who could not find a seat were amassed anywhere available in the huge hangar. It seemed as if the entire base was on hold during the show. Hope's banter featured self-deprecation, rapid delivery, and inside jokes about the base and the personnel assigned there. I was impressed on how effortlessly he used large cue cards that contained his dialogue. He was a total professional and a master of timing. A small group of musicians provided exceptional musical accompaniment for his featured singers and dancers. There were many laughs as he made everyone in the audience feel that they were a part of the act. He imparted a strong patriotic message and an appreciation for our military service. The show concluded with a rendition of his theme song, "Thanks for the Memories," and then it would go on with revised lyrics that were adapted to his stop at Goose Bay. He was great, the ultimate song and dance man. The next morning, members of the troupe came to the alert facility and had breakfast with the flight crews. There was a member of his cast at every table in the dining room. Jerry Colonna sat at my table. Now, Jerry Colonna had been a sidekick of Bob Hope since the early 1940s. He was an accompanied musician as well as a zany comedian. He had a piercing, raucous voice, and he sang novelty songs that sang loud and sustained musical notes. His banter with Hope was also filled with clever word groupings and quips with double meanings. He had bulging eyes and a prominent mustache below his large nose. He was the essence of a vaudeville comic and the early radio performer. But that was Colonna's stage image. The man who sat with us at breakfast that morning was a quiet and thoughtful man he had a soft voice and a peaceful demeanor. He spoke about the entertainment business, and he inquired about our background and the jobs that we were doing in the Air Force. At one point, a member of my crew asked him if his mustache was real. Without hesitation, he said, "No, this one's a fake." And then he reached in his pocket and pulled out a black mustache. He said, "This one's real." He was something else. I watched Bob Hope as he made his way out of the Alert facilities toward the waiting aircraft that would take him to his next show in Iceland. As the entourage walked down the hallway, he passed the game room where several crew members were shooting pool. One of the players called out a teasing challenge for him to shoot a game of pool. Hope stopped dead in his tracks and quickly approached the pool table. Handing his trademark golf club to someone, he took a pool cue and ordered, "Rack 'em up!" He made a thunderous break, and without stopping, he quickly cleaned the table of balls without missing a shot. When he finished, he flipped the cue back to his challenger, winked, and said, "See you guys," he tipped his hat, retrieved his golf club, and jauntily marched down the tube to his waiting airplane. Bob Hope will always be in the hearts of the legions of servicemen and women he entertained during his 57 USO tours. To watch him in action and observe the impact he had on the audience was something to behold. Bob Hope, a great entertainer, a great patriot, a great American. Today we have men and women in uniform serving in harm's way in a war that has drawn on for nearly 20 years. Please remember them at this time of year, and throughout the year they are serving to protect you. They deserve your attention, respect, and support. So in the spirit of the Bob Hope Christmas Show, capture and share the love, respect, and relationship you have with your loved ones, and perhaps some of the folks you might not care for at all. Just as Bob Hope and his entourage accomplished with their shows, with everyone in the audience, in that big hangar at Goose Bay, Labrador, that night many years ago. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, and a healthy and happy New Year in 2021. And by the way, allow me to share a final thought regarding this departing year, the year of 2020.